So where am I taking somebody for 3 days in Northern Ireland? First day would probably be Royal Portrush. It's my home course in Northern Ireland. We've had the Open there a few years ago. It truly is spectacular. Golf course is one of Harry Colt's finest designs, playable in any weather whatsoever, and as much of a challenge as you want. It depends how much beverages they want to consume, but if they're in Portrush, you definitely cannot go to Portrush without going and seeing Willie in the Harbour Bar. It is I have a little corner in there. That's where I go to whenever I go back home, and they serve the finest pint of Guinness in Northern Ireland, and you get a lot of crack going on in that bar. It's busy. It's a tiny little small space. Hasn't been painted for maybe 40 or 50 years, and they're not going to change it. And the atmosphere in there is absolutely sensational. I'd stay in the Bushmills Inn. Very oldie worldy. It's the oldest whiskey distillery in the world there in Bushmills, which was also be worth a little trip and a little visit. But the Bushmills Inn's the atmosphere is wonderful in it. It's one of my favorite places up there. Day two, probably go to Royal County Down. Probably the most scenic golf course in probably all of Ireland. But again, sensational golf course. It's a wonderful second shot golf course. A golf course where you may need to play it more than once if you get the opportunity, because you've got to hit up over a lot of posts and stuff, blind tee balls. But in terms of your second shots into the greens, it's incredible. And then if you're Royal County Down, you're going back into Belfast. Two hotels that I'd recommend. One would be the Merchant, which is like a proper 6-star hotel. It's just beautiful. Or the Grand Central as well. And those ones have got fabulous cocktail bars in them, restaurants, all that sort of stuff. And Belfast itself these days is a far cry from what it used to be. I mean, there's so many wonderful restaurants. Wonderful bars. It's the whole vibe of it. It's a really vibrant city. It's changed, as I say, a lot from what it used to be, and there's so many fun places to actually go and enjoy yourself. My favorite ones there is probably the Crown, just across the road from the Europa. Again, old school, old world. You got these little cubby holes in them where they got doors into your small doors into your little area with your table and stuff, and just for the tradition and everything going in there, that would be one of my favorites. And number three, there's so many other good ones. Obviously, Our Glass is a very popular one, but I would probably say whenever you're up on that north coast, go and play Portstewart. Portstewart's a little bit of a hidden gem, which has got so many good golf holes on it as well. And then you've got one just over the border. It's sort of still up north, called Merva, which is County Donegal, which again is one of my absolute favourites. I spent a lot of time there as a young kid, playing a lot of golf up at Merva, and it truly is a hidden gem. Donegal town is like a little, the square itself is like a little triangle. And there's 2 or 3 hotels in that square, and then every other one's almost like, forget about shops, every other one's nearly a bar. So whenever we go up there, we tend to go from one pint in one place to another place to another place to another place, another place. It's proper Ireland. It's a lot of fun. Premier Golf, luxury golf travel.